Uh,
Hello, welcome to Film Conscious. My name is Erin.
my name is Maddie.
If it's your first time here, hello. On this podcast, we discuss films and their various meanings and give our general take on them. We will chat about our favorite actors, scenes, songs, and many other important film stuff.
Please like and subscribe. This week, we're going to be talking about the half of it.
There's going to be resources in the description, also at the end of the video. Check them out if you need them.
Film summary. The half of it is a 2020 coming of age film following a Chinese American high schooler named Ellie Chu, who's played by Leah Lewis, who lives in a small religious town called Squamish. Our main character Ellie gets wrapped in writing love letters for Paul Munsky, played by Daniel Dimer, to give to a girl named Astra Flores, played by Alex Lemire. However, things take a turn when Ellie realizes her own feelings for Aster, which is a classic queer tragedy trope, crushing on the pastor's daughter.
The film's meaning. The half of it is one of very few queer Asian American films, alongside more renowned ones such as Everything Everywhere All at Once and Saving Face, both which are incredible films. The title is a reference to Plato's idea of humans seeking their other half. This idea is explored through the film through representation of romantic, platonic, and self-love. Friendship and identity are also big aspects within the film. Favorite actor in the film? Leah Lewis, who plays Ellie, is probably my favorite. I honestly don't love all of the actors, which I know is the opposite of what Maddie's gonna say, but I haven't seen them in very many other films, and I also don't think any of their actings, like they weren't spectacular, they were decent, but they didn't wow me. So overall, meh on the actors.
I would actually agree because I think I'll mention this in what I have to say, but I also picked Leah Lewis. I think she, particularly for this film, with the director's view on how she wanted the story to go, I think she fits the role very well. She doesn't have many big acting roles, I don't believe,
I don't
but
think any of the
um
actors in this film have other big known films.
no, which is interesting to me because it's it does feel like a elongated short film
Yeah, it kind of
with
does.
how it's formatted. Um, but dialogue-wise, the film was made to be cheesy. Like I
Mm.
think Netflix definitely has a common theme, especially recently, that has progressively gotten worse with take dialogue from I don't want to say that's not American. I don't want to say Heartstopper, but it's kind of like that slight cheesiness, kind of corny. Um, Never Have I Ever is a good one. Think of The Kissing Booth, um, things like that. I feel like this is a bit better, where it's kind of cringy, but bearable.
We're gonna get into quotes,
I saw
but
your quotes. I saw
I
that.
the dialogue in this film just I think kept on getting worse.
Yeah.
Like it was periodically just getting worse and worse. And overall, I think the entire film itself not terrible, but the dialogue was pretty terrible.
I really I don't know who wrote the script. And it was really surprising to me that the director, she directed Saving Face
Mm.
back in the early 2000s, and it was such good American Asian representation and also sapphic representation. The story writing and the script writing was so good, but in this piece it just falls flat and is it's honestly pretty bad.
Yeah.
Um, there's some moments that are sweet, but I think the dialogue could be fixed so much. Um, yeah. But Leah Lewis is, I think, the first sapphic Asian American actor that I've seen on screen, like just growing up queer.
Which is crazy because it's a 2020 film, which
Right.
is
It's
pretty
really
recent.
recent. Yeah, literally, I only know those three films, Everything Everywhere All at Once, um, the half of it, and then Saving Face are, I think, the only films where I know that have like an Asian queer protagonist.
Hmm.
And two of those are very recent. Saving Face is probably, in my opinion, it's like one of the best, but it's made so long ago and it's like better. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Favorite quotes. You
I have
have
quite a few, so say
uh,
yours first.
okay. Mine is like simple. I think this is a quote that just shows up on the screen because period.
It's on the chalkboard. The teacher is teaching it.
Oh, yes. The quote is hell is other people, which is
Classic.
classic. I mean, it's very fitting, I think, to the film
Mhm.
because they all live in a very small, rural, religious town.
Yeah.
Um, so and she's in, I believe is it a Christian high school or is it Catholic?
I'm not sure. I just
It,
know the town is very religious.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
that environment. Um,
That thing, so a lot of those quotes showed up also within the film just as like a blank screen with a quote, which I
yeah.
didn't actually mind that aspect of it because it chunked the film more into like like you were saying, like a short film kind of like format
Mm.
where it was chunked into different time periods. So I didn't hate that part of it. The quotes were nice. I wrote down a lot of quotes. First
Okay.
one, Aster says, "When you're a pretty girl, people want to give you things." I think that's just something that's crazy to say. Um, I do have to say this film has a lot of stereotypes. It has a lot of Asian stereotypes, a lot of pretty girl stereotypes, and stupid guy stereotypes.
Yeah.
Um, I also there's some religion like stereotypes in there as well. So I think this quote really shows they were trying to make Aster very like, "Oh, I'm a rich pretty girl." And she says some questionable things throughout the film. One other one that she said is, "So I'm not like a lot of people, which makes me kind of no one." Again, it's like everybody thinks they're unique, but she's kind of like expressing that in an interesting way.
She's like, I'm not like other girls, but like also very, I don't know.
Yeah. Um, literally, oh, all of the quotes I put were from
They're all
Aster.
Aster.
There was definitely some other quotes I didn't put down, but Aster, when she's on a date with Paul, she says, well, okay, so I had to put this in context. They're on a date, and Paul and Aster are talking about a book, and Paul says something about Nazis. So then Aster says, "Speaking of Nazis, thank you for meeting me here. My dad, he isn't a Nazi exactly, but he can be pretty strict." I think comparing your dad to a Nazi, especially when your dad's a pastor, is kind of crazy.
It's kind of insane. I think that was a common theme because I was looking up quotes for this movie as well, and I literally couldn't find anything. I was like, there's so many on the screen, but I don't want to pick any of these.
Yeah. A lot of these quotes I put down just as like how crazy the dialogue throughout the film is
Right.
because the entire time I was watching I was like this dialogue is just insane. How are they coming up with this?
And it's not even like the scenes that they were having could have had really good dialogue,
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
but the way they executed it was so poor.
Yeah.
The only parts that I feel like had exceptional dialogue was literally the quotes that
Yeah.
weren't even like spoken by people that were just on the screen. My favorite moments, I didn't really pick one in particular. If I did have one in mind, it wasn't like super important. But I just said the moments where Ellie and Paul were planning, they were literally plotting, knowing more information about Aster. Like they were planning a heist. Like they were
Yeah.
literally stalking her. They were playing good cop, bad cop with her boyfriend. I don't know, it was silly. They were just like running around and doing unnecessary stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and then also just anytime Ellie sings halfway, I thought was really good. That song is really nostalgic to me. It's a 2020 film, but also it being from like a it being from an Asian queer story, the first one that I was watching on screen felt very special, and it also celebrated platonic love, which I really enjoyed. It could be taken both ways. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. We haven't pointed out that 2020, this film came out in like the peak of COVID.
yeah.
So we all were in lockdown and we all were like needing films to watch daily because we were just bored out of our minds. So I do think at the time that I watched this film in 2020, I was like, wow, that was pretty decent. So I don't want to like hate on the film the entire time that I'm talking about it, but I think looking back at it now that it's 2025, I don't love it. So my favorite moment was when Ellie asks about the kiss between Paul and Aster, and how you know when someone wants to be kissed. And Paul explains that like a person gives you a look before they want you to kiss them. And he proceeds to make like weird faces. This is
Yeah.
the one time in the film that I laughed because he was just making like stupid faces. So I thought that was a good moment. Um, it's also just a classic scene for like a coming of age film. People are like, "Oh my God, a kiss." Like, how do you know? It's just funny. But I also agree with Maddie when Ellie sings during the talent show, or they also call it the senior recital. The melody's really nice in that song, and Ellie does a good job. So I thought that was a decent scene. Overall rating, I would say 6.5 out of 10. I
That's
know
actually
this is really harsh. I want to say 5 out of 10 is passing. This film, it's passing, okay? But it's mediocre.
this is surprising because you're already harsh with ratings, and all of our million viewers know this. But I feel like 6.5 is higher than I expected it to be.
I think because, like you mentioned, like Kissing Booth and those films,
Yeah.
those are like a 2 out of 10. So I think it's a bit better than those. But like when I'm rating it on a 5-star scale on Letterbox, it's
Yeah.
like a 2.
Yeah. I feel like it gets points for effort of being trying to be representative,
Mhm.
but overall it is like it's not a bad film, but it's definitely questionable in many areas. Um, I even think my rating is too high. I rated it 8 out of 10 because for me, I hold it really close to my heart because I already mentioned this, it's one of the first queer Asian films I've watched, so it really
Yeah.
stuck with me. It had a big impact on me. Um, but if I were to rate it based on like cinematography, like a lot of the film aspects that we talk about,
Mhm.
sound sound design was good. Um, yeah, but if we were rating on cinematography and like dialogue and taking all of those aspects in, I would probably rate it about like a 6 to a 7.
Yeah. I think though 8 out of 10 for you with all the films that we've done is pretty bad because I think you've been giving 10 out of 10s for the past like few weeks.
Yeah,
So
I don't think I've given a low rating on this pod.
I don't think so.
No,
So I think that's it's not great.
it's not great. And that really means a lot because it's like it's already getting points for being nostalgic.
Yeah.
So, favorite songs in the film?
My favorite song, 17 by Sharon Van Etten. Sorry, I can't pronounce names. It's obviously the best song. It's a classic. If you've heard 17, you know. My mom loves this song. It's nostalgic for her. It's a banger if you want to like do a little dance. Amazing.
Wanna-
John Denver plays Annie's song. It's also just a classic. I like these classic songs. The other songs I didn't really know as much. So yeah. I think overall soundtrack decent, but these two songs definitely helped.
Classics are definitely a good thing to put in movies, even though sometimes they're overdone. Like I
Yeah.
feel like they add
Mm.
they add extra feeling to the movie that you already had a previous impression of the song. Now it's taken to a whole new route. Um, yeah. The soundtrack for this movie is kind of meh.
Yeah.
Like nothing really stuck with me besides the demo of Halfway.
Hmm.
Both the demo by Joe Pernis for Halfway and then when it's sung by Leah Lewis. I don't know why Spotify doesn't have the Leah Lewis one, but I like it makes me really sad.
Big question.
Okay.
It was cute, but was it good?
No.
You know, I feel like I've accomplished something because when we were talking about this film a week ago, you were like, I love it, and I was like, eh, and then now you're like, eh. So I think I changed your mind.
You didn't change my mind. I still love this film. It was in my letterbox top. I think it's top four, top like my letterbox top four for like a year. So it's still my favorite film. Is it problematic? Yes.
I think
That's-
times have changed slightly.
They definitely have, but it still warms my heart.
Okay, okay. So it's very nostalgic, but bad films can be nostalgic.
It's bad representation, I think is the biggest point. Also, the dialogue freaking sucks. Like
Yeah,
the dialogue's not good.
yeah.
Um, everything here that's like presented on the film doesn't feel like something that you can really dive into. It's all very surface level.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, there's things happening and there's things that aren't being said on screen that we can infer on. I
Hmm.
don't know if that makes sense, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like for a lot of people, this is like a one-time watch and then you throw it away.
Yeah.
Um,
I wanted to point out some of the religious aspects within the film. I think the having religion in a film doesn't bother me typically, but in this film there's things that just felt unnecessary.
yeah.
Um, Astor's father being a preacher, like I get it, it's a classic situation. Ellie being an atheist, okay, I get it. You want her to be different. There's at one point Paul says that Ellie's going to hell because she's gay, but then he changes his mind. Like, it just feels like stuff that, like, yeah, I get it, it happens, but like, eh. And then one thing that really bothered me is Astor kept on calling Ellie a heathen.
Oh yeah.
Who uses the word heathen? Nobody. It's like just not a common word. It just I know she was doing it in like a cute way. It wasn't cute. I didn't like that.
Yeah. A lot of the religious aspects felt, what's like the word? It felt very forced and
Yeah.
also like forced in a way that it feels like it has no substance. Like they threw heathen in there did they need to do that? I don't think so.
It's just all of it's very unnecessary
Yeah.
and stuff that we see in films over and over again, and I think we just don't need to see it this much.
And it doesn't take a lot, like to change up the setting a little bit. Like, why
Mhm.
do you have to go for the most, I don't know, like convenient option for you? Why, like, you can dig deeper. This is a Netflix team. Like, you guys have people who are professionals.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to point that out because that was something that was like, was this necessary? No.
Mm-mm.
Another thing that isn't necessary is the Asian stereotypes.
There's a lot of stereotypes. Asian stereotype, you mentioned this before, like, was it a few days ago, I think?
Yeah.
You were saying that like Ellie's literally doing everyone's homework,
Hmm.
which I didn't catch on to when I've been watching the film. I didn't catch on to the Asian stereotype, but then I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, that's big. Because it's not
Yeah.
even like like someone is asking her to do her homework and she's just the smart kid. She's doing everyone's homework.
She's doing literally the entire class's homework.
The
And
whole
I get
school.
it. She's like getting paid for it. And it leads into the whole film's like aspect of her writing for Paul. But again, it just was like, we don't need this. We don't need it.
No.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting because it was one of the first things that I noticed. And I was like, there's a lot of stereotypes with like we could talk about Aster if we like her or not, because I probably would say that I don't love her character because they put her as the pretty girl, which like again is a stereotype I just don't think was necessary. Show her with her boyfriend and her friends, and she's in like the popular group, and her boyfriend is a football player who's kind of stupid. He's a jock. Like, they just they keep on putting these people in very stereotypical, very cliche, like, molds.
Yeah.
People, like, I don't know, they're trying to be original with it, but they're not being original in any way.
It's not even like stereotypes with depth, like a popular girl, but she's like, I don't know, like there's not anything more than the surface level. It
Yeah,
feels like a child's idea of what a popular person is,
yeah.
or like what a jock is. Like a jock isn't just some himbo. Like they're not stupid. Like,
Mhm.
eh.
Yeah. They make Paul
Mm.
out to be very stupid as well, and he keeps on saying that he can't, like, he doesn't speak well, and he doesn't write well, but they never give a reason for that. It's not like, I was just waiting for him to be like, I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
Like, I would have laughed at that. I would have been like, bruh, that's also stupid. But they didn't even give a reason for why he, like, kept on saying that he can't speak well, he can't write well. He had no excuse.
No. It was just like, oh, this is a dumb character and he knows he's dumb.
Yeah. If you know you're dumb, own it.
Oh no. I want to mention that with the Asian stereotype, it's also directed by an Asian director.
Hmm.
And this is someone who worked, they, I think they co-directed Saving Face. If anyone knows that movie, correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure they co-direct that movie, and that movie is so phenomenal and such good representation. I don't know why it has like this has such a bad Asian stereotype in it, and it's
I
made
think Netflix is here to blame. I
for sure.
don't think the directors, I don't want to blame the directors. I want to blame Netflix.
That's true. That's true. I would agree.
Because Netflix, in general, representation wise, they've been getting better. I'll say it. But they're not great.
It's always American Netflix that's like doing bad.
Yeah, I do think. some of the other ones are better. I do agree.
Like me and Aaron don't really like Heartstopper, but like the representation that you get from uh like any series that's outside of the US always has better representation than like what's given in series that we have on American Netflix. Your next point is the way Ellie goes into the hot spring in long underwear and a shirt.
I thought it was just funny because they
Yeah.
like again make her out to be very like modest without being modest. Like she's just like I can't take off any of my clothes in this hot spring, yet Aster goes in literally in her underwear and bra. And it's
Well,
like
I think
again
it's
like pretty girl, like I can show off my body, where Ellie's like, I'm scared.
I don't know if it's that though, because I feel like Ellie's just gay panicking and like Aster's doing a normal thing. Because it's just like if you're going to a hot spring, like obviously it's like whatever.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny.
It is silly. I think that is like a memorable moment of the film.
It was really random. Like, where'd this hot spring come from?
I don't know. They literally
And then they float around for like 5 minutes. Like, what?
Aster comes to Paul's house in the morning. They
Mhm.
have a thing going on, and then Aster thinks that Paul's cheating on her with Ellie,
Yeah.
and then they go on a whole adventure.
Yeah.
Aster literally goes
Little
with
side quest.
side quest, and then Aster's like, "I know a place," and then they go to a hot spring. Like what?
It was just a little bit random.
A little silly.
Yeah.
Um, how Aster's cheating on her boyfriend the whole time. Yeah.
She literally, I was near the end of the film, and I was like, hold up. She's literally been dating this other guy. I don't even remember his name
His
the
name is
entire time.
Bed.
The
It's like
really rich
Brig.
kid. And he, like, what? Nobody acknowledges this. She's literally cheating on her boyfriend the entire time with two other people. Again, I feel like it's just like I'm pretty and I'm rich, so I can do whatever I want.
She also gets super mad at the end of the movie, which I thought was kind of unnecessary because I mean Ellie's situation is so understandable
Yeah.
and like I feel like she didn't really do anything to like specifically hurt Aster. Also, if you're already cheating on your boyfriend, how are you gonna get mad at oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
It was just random. It was like, girl, are you serious?
Yeah. I I also will say like from the first watch I had of this movie, I have to watch this movie so many times. I don't like the actor that they chose for Aster.
Yeah.
She feels like I'm sure she's a great actor in other
Mm.
films, but I think I don't know, it wasn't giving a lot of the actors in the high school were giving I'm a full adult.
Yeah. That's a common Netflix, at least in America thing.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
but they were it felt like everyone was like genuinely 30, like mid
Which
30s.
they probably were.
Which they probably were. Ellie and Paul are passing. Like they're okay. But they're
Yeah.
like the only people there that look of age.
Yeah.
So Ellie's mom has passed away when she's young. I I get how there can be depth to the story there because you know like Ellie literally takes on her dad's job
Mhm.
um of being what even is it like it's a train
Like a railroad assistant engineer
engineer
person.
something. She like basically like turns on and off the train and controls it. Um, but like Ellie's dad is just like at home a lot and like sad.
Hmm.
Like he has mental health problems going on. Um, but I don't. I don't know. I feel like was that there just so that there was a depth of like sadness in her situation, or like does that add to the story in any way?
Yeah, I do have to say, Ellie's dad, best character.
He's definitely the best character in the film.
He's just funny. Like,
He's
he's a
silly.
little comedian.
Anytime he shows up on the screen is a good moment. He's always
Yeah.
watching a film.
I
Um,
did like their connection more than anyone else's connection. It felt more genuine.
yeah,
It felt like a father-daughter connection, and relationship. But I do agree that like, does her mom's death really was it necessary? I think like it's again I don't want to say it's a common situation, but it is a common situation.
not even just in like queer films. It's just like dead mom, dead dad.
In life, it just is.
I also wrote like, is this why Ellie wants like a dominant feminine character? Because she has mommy issues? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Um, the ending of this film,
Yeah, you touched on it a little bit, but I think it's
it's
just like
weird.
it's so okay, the stupid jock boyfriend asks asked her to get married, but then they're yelling in the church all at each other about her not getting married and why she shouldn't get married. Also, senior in high school and you're asking to get married? That's a little crazy. The whole ending was just it felt rushed, it felt unnecessary, it felt weird.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then honestly, I wanted Ellie not to kiss Aster just because like
I was just about to say.
I wanted her to be like, I'm better than you. Because honestly, you are. Like,
Literally, Astor was still upset at Ellie to the end of the film. And then Ellie kissed her, and then she was like, I would have loved you anyways. She was literally in a relationship. Like, what? Why would Ellie approach you, bro?
yeah, it was a little silly.
Was I also feel like the kiss was so unnecessary. Like, they could have conveyed a connection between Astor and
They could have
Ellie
hugged.
without them kissing. Right.
It would have been the same.
I thought the ending between Paul and Ellie was kind of cute. Like it was
Hmm.
really cliche, but it was cute that like Paul was like, bye on the train, and then like he ran after the train and Ellie thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Big shout out to a good person 2023. It's just a sad film. Um, it's giving beautiful boy vibes.
And
It's
Poppy.
it's just it's pretty darn good. I've always been looking for those sad films. This one, it's a sad film. I love it. Also shout out to Palm Trees and Power Lines, a 2022 film. It's a rough film. It is hard to watch, but it's good.
Okay.
Um, I'm shouting out so many. But
Yay.
Requiem for a Dream I just watched. It's whack. Okay, this is a weird film. However, it's pretty good. For the time that it came out, it's pretty cinematic, good soundtrack, sad, weird, love it.
Okay. Three films. That's a lot.
Three films.
Um, I chose Begonia. This is a movie that's still in theaters if you want to go see it. Um, I don't even know what genre this is. It's like horror, but also a thriller. You could say it's a psychological thriller, kind of. It's supernatural, um, but it's whack. Um, if you didn't know, Emma Stone shaves her head bald in this movie, like in real time, and it's kind of crazy. And then she covers herself in like anti-itch cream. and she slathers it all over her body.
Sounds like a crazy visual.
Crazy visual. There's a lot of crazy visuals. Yeah, if you want a strange and unsettling movie to watch, watch Begonia. That's all for our pod today. If you liked it, please like the video, maybe subscribe. How many subscribers do we have right now?
One.
One. So maybe if you subscribe, you could be number two or number three. Who knows? Three. Wow.
Crazy.
You could
There's
hit
gonna be
that bell.
resources. Check them out. Toodaloo.
Bye bye. Have a great day.